This iconic TV show was the first to feature an ensemble cast.
The first sitcom to reach number 1 in the Nielsen ratings.
And it's still watched by around 40 million Americans every year.
What is it? Find out next on Sarah's Wiki Corner podcast.
It is, 4:17? Time for Sarah's Wiki Corner. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello, what are we learning about today on your Wiki Corner?
Well, it was 73 years ago today that I Love Lucy debuted.
73 years ago?
73 years ago, yes. It originally aired on CBS from October 15th, 1951 until May 6th of 1957 with a total of 180 half-hour episodes spanning 6 seasons. So Lucille Ball had come to Hollywood after a successful stint as a New York model. At RKO Radio Pictures, she received steady film work, first as an extra and bit player, and eventually working her way up to co-starring roles in feature films and starring roles in second-rate B pictures.
Second-rate B pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
During her run at RKO, she gained the reputation for doing physical comedy and stunts that most other actresses avoided, and that kept her steadily employed.
Oh, okay.
She met Desi Arnaz in 1940, and the duo began a whirlwind courtship, leading to their elopement in Connecticut in November of that same year. So she began starring in a popular radio show called My Favorite Husband in 1948. When CBS approached her with the offer of turning it into a television show, she was agreeable with one condition.
Which was?
That her real-life husband would be cast in the role of her spouse.
And they really liked her, so they let her do it?
Well, network executives and sponsors hesitated at first, but Lucille Ball held her ground and ultimately proved that the American public not only accepted Desi Arnaz, but venerated him as one of the most influential artists of the era and of the 20th century.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big win for her.
So most television shows in the early 1950s were shot live in New York City. Owing to the impending birth of their first child, both Ball and Arnaz insisted on staying in Hollywood and producing the show on film, which was something a few Hollywood-based series had begun to do. The show became the first scripted television program to be filmed on 35mm film in front of a studio audience. I Love Lucy's pioneering use of 3 cameras led to it becoming the standard technique for the production of most sitcoms filmed in front of an audience. And audience reactions were live, which created a more authentic laugh than the canned laughter used on most filmed sitcoms of the time. And it was also the first show to feature an ensemble cast.
I feel like we've gone back to, we don't do studio audiences now for sitcoms, I don't think. I think it's all just canned laughter.
Yeah,
they do
I
laugh
think so.
tracks.
A lot of times.
Which is, like, I love, part of the fun of watching, now this is before my time, I Love Lucy, but like the sitcoms like Everybody Loves Raymond and Seinfeld, you could tell it was a live audience. And there was always that one guy with a weird laugh, or Frasier, there was that weird laugh guy that stood out. Made it sound real and alive.
Totally. Now, Lucille Ball was the first woman to appear pregnant on one of the 3 major television networks, but CBS would not allow I Love Lucy to use the word pregnant. So expecting was used instead.
Expecting. That was better.
The episode in which Lucy gives birth, called Lucy Goes to the Hospital, was viewed by 44 million people, and that was 15 million more viewers than would tune in to see President Eisenhower's inauguration the very next day.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. With 71.7% of American households tuned into that episode, it remains one of the most viewed broadcasts in TV history.
Well, and you have to think that not everybody had like a bunch of TVs, or maybe any TV in their house back in that year,
Right. In 1952, I Love Lucy became the very first sitcom to reach number 1 in the Nielsen ratings, where it stayed for 4 of its 6 seasons.
Wow.
The enduring high quality of that 35mm film was part of the reason that I Love Lucy became so popular in rerun syndication, and Desilu, the production company's 100% ownership of the series, made Lucy and Desi the first millionaire TV stars.
Wow.
Yep. I Love Lucy continues to be held in high esteem by television critics and remains perennially popular. Episodes of the show have been syndicated in dozens of languages across the world, and it remains popular with American audience of 40 million each year.
Oh my gosh.
Still super popular.
Still watching it, yeah.
It's often regarded as one of the most influential television programs in history, winning 5 Emmy Awards and receiving many nominations and honors. In 2012, it was voted the best TV show of all time, in a survey conducted by ABC News and People magazine.
My gosh, kids today have no idea what the show is either, I bet.
But it's always, I feel like it's one of those shows that's always on.
On somewhere?
Somewhere, like on MeTV or one of those.
Yeah.
Always,
yeah. All right. You picked out a record to go along with I Love Lucy, did you,
Yes,
Sarah?
so we are going to play the theme song to I Love Lucy.
We'll do that. Sarah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Ooh, and today's Wiki Corner is brought to you by our friends at Niblack Foods in the Genesee Valley Regional Market, Sarah.
Yeah, you ever feel like you're kind of stuck in a cooking rut where you just kind of feel like you're making the same thing the same way every single time? Well, you can add some excitement by going to Niblack Foods because they have so many different seasoning blends, different unique seasoning blends that you're not going to find other places.
Right. Yeah, so you could turn potatoes into something special with Bob's Potato Magic.
Yeah, they have a lot of different fish
Miali's Fish Fusion, that's
Kim's,
popular.
Maple ginger salmon glaze, lots of different great stuff. And if you need help or recommendations, the staff is always happy to help.
Genesee Valley Regional Market, it's Niblack Foods. You got it. All right. You ready to go back, Sarah?
Let's do it.
Here we go. It is the theme song to I Love Lucy. Sarah, do you remind us, why did we just play that on Legends 102.7?
Well, because I Love Lucy premiered 73 years ago today.
73 years ago. In black and white.
In black and white.
Did they colorize some of the episodes?
I think they did. They, a couple years ago, I feel like they did the Christmas episode, I think they colorized.
I think I saw something about that. All right. Yeah. Let's recap 3 things we must take away from today's Wiki Corner. Are you ready?
Ready.
Go.
All right. I Love Lucy was the first scripted show shot on 35mm film in front of a live audience.
It was the first show to feature an ensemble cast.
And it was the first sitcom to reach #1 in the Nielsen ratings.
There you go, #1. And she's from Jamestown.
Yes, there's the Comedy Museum right down there, right?
Yeah, that's right. They opened that up. Have you been down to... You know, honestly, I don't think I've ever been to Jamestown. I'm just thinking about it now.
Because my family lives there.
Oh, you do? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think I've been, have I been to the museum? I may have been to the museum.
That Comedy Museum looked good when it was going to be opening.
Yeah. Remember the Scary Lucy
oh my gosh.
the sculpture?
Yes. They had to redo it, right?
They redid it because it was real bad.
Like the teeth and the
terrifying.
eyes. It really was terrifying. It didn't look anything like her at all. Folks want to learn more about I Love Lucy, Sarah. Where do they go? What do they do?
You can go to my Wiki blog. If you go to legends1027.com on the homepage, there's a link that takes you to my blog where I post everything I talk about every day.
That's right. The Wiki Corner, of course, brought to you by Niblack Foods in the Genesee Valley Regional Market. And you can always watch this unfold live on Facebook, facebook.com/legends1027, like folks are watching right now. Some behind-the-scenes conversation and stuff. And we archive this up on YouTube. Go to YouTube and search Sarah's Wiki Corner. You'll find the video archives there at your convenience. Like and subscribe, of course. You're back tomorrow at 4:10, fresh episodes.
I am.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Coming up, Brenda Russell, a song called Piano in the Dark. You'll know this one when we play it for you. Andy Gibb on the way, some Jimmy Buffett, and more as we work our way to 5 o'clock and the legendary Drive at 5.